Hey friend, it's Mobix Game and welcome back to another video. Just go ahead and leave a like for support and do make sure to subscribe if you want to see more videos like this one. So let's go! Salt and Sacrifice will release next year, early though for the PlayStation 4, 5, PCs as well possibly. This is the upcoming sequel to 2016's Souls-like game. Some of you might know Salt and Sanctuary. This new game here though was announced just over a week ago, and this is what they came up with. Check it out. Frontier Hunter, on the other hand, definitely falls under the classic side-scrolling category, with all kinds of different Metroidvania elements thrown in for good, and it, as you can see, not a 2D, but somewhere between that and 3D, like 2.5D, if I may. This one's coming to PCs only, possibly somewhere between November to December this year. Last Faith is slated to release this year. We know it's coming to PCs, Nintendo Switch, Xbox One and PlayStation 4. It is definitely a game for fans who are actually waiting for another Castlevania or Bloodborne game, I don't know. Personally excited to see where it'll end up eventually in all the coming months. Check it out for yourself. Metroid Dread, for those of you not new, is the latest game in the timeline, set after the events of Metroid Fusion. Now, actually has a precise release date, and it's coming to the Nintendo Switch only October 8th this year. Pre-orders of which are open now pretty much worldwide, and you might also want to know it's the first side-scrolling entry in the series in 19, almost 20 years. Here's the trailer. Moving on, it's The Light of the Darkness, a side-scroller of course, based on freedom of exploration. It's an action RPG taking place in a universe that has its own mythology, so it says. Not a bad one overall, if I say so myself, but the good news is it's actually fully funded through its Kickstarter and due out finally into PCs only sometime next year. Described by its developers as a side-scrolling action RPG set in a medieval fantasy world, Spirit Seal, as we know, will have a skill tree, a bunch of armors and weapons to take along in your journey. Honestly, not much in the way of details for this game, other than it will actually come to PCs only and possibly due out in late 2021. Well, unfortunately, we just have to wait for more information to be announced regarding Hollow Knight. We know Silk Song is in development for PCs and Nintendo Switch. This highly anticipated follow-up has been in the works for like forever, but no worries actually, there's updates from earlier this week suggesting the final December 2021 at its latest, but we're gonna have to just wait and find out. Esdras, the Throne of Darkness, I guess. Another Metroidvania, of course. This one comes with a focus on combat systems where the player can choose and adapt to any player style, as it says, with puzzles and secret missions and an interesting twist actually, which is that you get these tattoos, which along the way will give you different abilities. Just check it out and make sure to stay tuned for a precise release date on this one.
I will be the herald of your sacred light. On the way from the throne to the Great Seal, and until the day when the last hint of corruption is purified from this world!
Crown Zone, on the other hand, a game title in the works that has a lot of Bloodborne, and Hollow Knight in its presentation is on the way to PCs and Switch. This game's Kickstarter campaign actually ends this August 9th. Go ahead and give him a visit if that's your thing, and make sure to stay tuned until next week when we will probably get a precise release date or a release window. Coming out of a Seoul, I'm assuming, indie developer, here we have a Transmute. You can go ahead and check out the game's Steam page for some more details right now. Other than that, actually Words has it, this one's due in just weeks, and it's coming to PCs only, but nothing more other than the fact that it's actually one of the good ones, so... Song of Iron, on the other hand, is an Xbox console exclusive actually. Not confirmed yet for release on Xbox Game Pass though, but officially due out on Xbox Series X and S, Xbox One and PCs on August 31st this year. This game's described as a side-scrolling action-adventure or Nordic-inspired action-adventure, available to pre-order now for $19.99. Aeterno Noctis, on the other hand, releases on the Nintendo Switch, PCs, Pretty much every other consoles as well, December 15th this year. We've actually just been given a gameplay showcase to go with, and you can get a glimpse of pretty much all of the game's premise right here. Check it out. So, Plague Huntress. Now, we've heard nothing regarding this particular game for such a long time, but if you care to add it to one of your lists, Plague Huntress is definitely inspired by classic games like Castlevania Symphony of the Night, while adding elements from role-playing games as well, which is pretty interesting of course. It's a pretty good one in my opinion, only we're still waiting to hear about this one in the coming months, so keep it in mind. Fortune Shadow Torch, or simply f.i.s.t, is now planned to be released on September 7th this year for the PlayStation 4, 5, and also PCs. This game is described as a diesel punk Metroidvania by its own developer TI Games, and in case you've actually missed its announcement, trailer just came up with a new one. Check it out. 9 Years of Shadow, on the other hand, which was successfully funded earlier this year through Kickstarter, is now into stretch goals and actually planned to release on Steam and the Nintendo Switch in December this year. Other than that, this game is described by its developers as a game inspired by Symphony of the Night, Mega Man game, Super Metroid, and a bunch of others. Check it out. And finally, one of the best ones on this list, Gestalt, Steam, and Cinder has a full planned release date this year, coming to PCs, Nintendo Switch, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, albeit without a specific release date, but we know somewhere in December. Definitely worth picking up this year, especially on the Nintendo Switch. So just make sure to stay tuned for a precise release date for this one.